My name is Elise and I turned 50 just a few months ago. I didn't throw a party. I didn't even buy myself a cake. I just sat quietly that evening in the dim light of my bedroom, listening to the soft ticking of the clock and wondering, is this it? At 50, I had everything I thought I needed. A modest home, a job I didn't hate, and a closet full of memories I hadn't looked at in years. I'd raised 2 children who were now grown and gone, living lives so full they barely had time to call. My marriage had ended amicably a decade ago, and I told myself I liked the quiet. But quiet has a way of turning into silence. That Thursday started like any other. I had just come back from work, kicked off my shoes and changed into something more comfortable. My favorite dress, a silky, soft one I used to wear back when I still went dancing. I wasn't planning to go anywhere. I just wanted to feel like myself again. The fabric still held that familiar shape around my body, and as I stood in front of the mirror adjusting the straps, something inside me stirred. A memory of a younger version of me, laughing, twirling under warm lights, feeling desired. I was pulling at the waistline when I heard the front door open. Froze. I live alone. I turned slowly, heart pounding, only to realize it was the landlord. He had let himself in. He was supposed to check the heater later that week, but he got the day wrong. We both stood there, stunned. He looked away instantly, apologizing and backing out the door. I should have been embarrassed. But strangely, I wasn't. Instead, as the door closed, I turned back to the mirror. I didn't see a half-dressed woman anymore. I saw someone who still had stories to write, dances to dance, moments to claim. That moment, the unexpected intrusion, shook something loose in me. Not because of him, but because it reminded me that I've spent too long folding myself away. I started doing little things after that. Wearing perfume again. Going out for lunch instead of always ordering in. Sitting in the sun instead of behind the curtains. I found my old sketchbook, buried in a drawer. I hadn't drawn in years, but when I opened it, the blank pages didn't scare me. They called to me. I joined a local art class. The first time I walked in, I felt out of place. Everyone else seemed younger, freer. But by the end of the first session, I was laughing again. The kind of laugh that comes from somewhere deep. It wasn't about that one day or that accidental moment in the mirror. It was about finally seeing myself again, not as a mother, an employee, or a quiet neighbor, but as a woman. A woman who still had fire in her bones and softness in her heart. I haven't met anyone new. I haven't run away or made some big dramatic change. But I've come home to myself. And it all began when I looked in the mirror and realized, I am still here.